It's finished here at the J Davidson Stadium, Altrincham 0, Hartlepool United 2. We're talking to Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson. Phil, what were your overall thoughts on the performance today?
A little bit naive to start with. We've let one of the most dangerous strikers in the division have too much time and space on a counter-attack, and that's what happens. We've seen that time and time again with Alex, haven't we? So they had very few chances and they've capitalised on 2 out of 3 in the first half, and then I felt we really got to grips with the game, and I thought we were superb for periods of it, penetrating their 18-yard box on a number of occasions. We needed one to go in. I think Banco had a chance. I think it was around the hour mark. He's gone under his foot, I think, ball whipped in, and I think if that goes in, we've got all the momentum, and I think they find it very difficult to gather anything. And we've been here many times. Goals change games, don't they? And unfortunately, we couldn't get that goal. And I've got to give Hartlepool a lot of credit. I thought they defended resolutely. Real top away performance from them. Nullified our front line to very little in the first half. Good defending, particularly down their left-hand side. But like I said, we had more than enough opportunities entering their final third, getting into their 18-yard box. And on another day, if we play that game over and over again, we might come away and win that game, never mind lose it. But full credit to Hartlepool, they've come, done a job on us, and we'll go away, lick our wounds, and come back ready to fight on Saturday.
Obviously, you mentioned that they scored quite early with one of the most prolific strikers in the league. They then got a second quickly before half-time. What did you have to do at half-time, and what did you have to say to change things for the second half?
Well, we've got a bit of a mountain to climb at half-time. We've been 2-0 down against a team with bags of experience and quality, particularly in the defensive areas. We could see that. A really experienced manager who knows how to see a game out. So it was about being positive, staying on the front foot, believing in what we were doing, because we were creating opportunities. I mean, I think Lucas Weaver's gone through in the 18-yard box. We've had our own set piece, haven't we, where I think, is it Banco or something, I can't remember, it was with an overhead kick. Ollie's cut in and it's whistled over the bar. So again, another day, one of them goes in, it's another story, but it doesn't. And then, like I said, after half time, I was going to make the subs quite early. But again, we got a bit of momentum, and we just needed one of them to go in, like I said, and unfortunately didn't. But that was, when you're asking about the messages, for me, it's not a time with this group to go in and tear strips off them, unless they're miles off it, which they're not. The effort, the endeavour's there. But it's a new centre-half pairing again, and I thought Sam Barnes was brilliant, by the way. I thought it was a really good performance from him, and Dan Sassy was steady enough. But again, that's their first game together, and we've got to keep that perspective. Really young group again, but that's what we are, and I know people will be frustrated because we've had that good first win against Aldershot, but we've come up against Rochdale, who are going to be a really strong team in this division this year, and we've come up against Hartlepool, who have hugely invested, a football club where no one knew what was going on there, to signing some really top players, and you can see that there wasn't anything in the game apart from a couple of moments. The set piece as well, where we're really disappointed with it. We haven't quite got the zones right, and it'll look like somebody's lost the man. They haven't. The zones aren't quite in tune with each other because we've got a new centre-half pairing. But once they get them little bits of detail right, we'll eradicate them mistakes, and we won't keep conceding to a game, because that just can't keep happening. But it's not like teams are bombarding us or absolutely crucifying us. They've had 2-3 opportunities at most. I think Daly's had one that Luke saved, but apart from that, we've been really comfortable. And we've created, so although they will have sat off a little bit, we've still penetrated their 18-yard box, their defensive third. And it is difficult to break teams down. I could hear people getting frustrated, saying, get it forward, get it in there. I've been here 9 seasons, that's not how we do it. We'll build it up, we'll wait for the right moments. Because if we do that, if we just chuck it down the throats and force the ball forward, they'll pick it up and they'll counter-attack on us, and that's what they're good at. That's where their goals come from. One goal was a counter-attack, and another, the set piece, come from a counter-attack. So we know what we're doing. The group will get it. Everyone's gutted with the results of late, but we're playing against really good teams as well. So there's not much in the game, and I think if we can keep positive, keep encouraging them to do the right things, we won't be far away, and we'll turn that corner sooner rather than later.
Obviously, mentioning with the subs, we made 5 subs in that game, and there was a few changes to the starting lineup ahead of this. Was, I think, 4 changes. Is that because of the 3 games in 6 days coming up with fresh opponents as well?
Absolutely, you should be a manager. That's absolutely what it is, and also the belief in the squad. We've got really good players, and there's no point in me not using them. In the area where we have got a bit of strength and depth at the moment is in the front ranks, even though we didn't probably hurt them as much as we wanted to because they're against really good defenders. So we were able to rotate it, and it was the right thing to do. It's to freshen it up. If you win, it looks like a masterstroke. If you've lost, which we have, everyone will say I shouldn't have done it, but they're the decisions that I have to make. And then we have got fixtures coming up on a Saturday and a Monday, haven't we? So it'll be imperative that we're able to use everyone. I thought, like I said, real standout. There were some big performances today, so I alluded to Sam Barnes there. I thought Tom Crawford and Isaac were excellent again. As disappointed as I am with the result, it's looking very promising in terms of the performances. We look at Man United at the moment, let's compare to them. Everybody's just delighted that they've had a performance in there. That's Man United, we're Altrincham. We're not supposed to be beating a Hartlepool or a Rochdale, but we're competing fiercely with them, and we're very close to beating them, and we will. We will further on in the season if we can stick with these young lads, believe in them, not destroy them because it's not going the way. They're a new group, we're a rebuild. Everyone's got to keep a perspective on that. They will get it right and they will come good. So yeah, I'm feeling quite positive. I'm disappointed with the result because I'm a winner, but as I said, I've been here a long time, so a lot of my words won't be new to people who watch these interviews. So when I can see a poor performance, I'll call it, but I haven't seen a poor performance. I've seen a couple of lapses in concentration and being punished by some of the best players in the division.
And finally, obviously, we've got Morecambe coming up on Saturday, and how do you look to prepare for that now following tonight's defeat? Exactly
the same way we do for every game. We'll do our due diligence, we'll work exceptionally hard, we'll focus on recovery, particularly the next 2 days because of the close proximity of the 2 fixtures. Hopefully everything goes ahead because that's what we're focusing on. We're just purely looking at the game on Saturday, and then we've got to be ready for Solihull on the Monday.
Thank you, Phil. Best of luck.
Thank you.